Today I'm going to teach you how to install the Mystic Rainwater Collection System by Oatey and show you how to connect it directly to the rain barrel if you're not concerned with filtration. So this is the Mystic Rainwater Collection System. It comes with several different parts. These both will go onto the downspout, and this is the hose that will connect to your rain barrel or to some sort of filtration system before the water goes to your rain barrel. Now these are the tools that I will be using. I've got some duct tape, and that's just for temporary holding things in place. I've got a Sharpie pen for marking the downspout where I'll be cutting it. This is a square which will help me to make sure that each cut is as perfect as possible. We've got a tape measure to make sure that I measure everything right, and obviously a hacksaw which we'll be cutting through the downspout with. As you can see, my rain barrel is right here, and this is my basic filtration system. It is just a sieve, but I will be putting something else in, like I say, that I'll show you in another video. It may be handy to have a step ladder, not because you're going to put this super high up, but because you want to have it higher than the rain barrel. For me to cut up here would be difficult from the ground. It's hard to get that kind of leverage, so I'm just going to use a step ladder to go up a couple of steps and do that. When you're preparing for this, you want to make sure that you've got a good piece of cardboard to protect your siding from the hacksaw. And this is one of the reasons that I have my tape here, so that I can put this up and it will stay in place. The really important thing here that you want to make sure of is that this is 6 inches, so always measure a couple of times to make sure you've got this and to make sure that it's square. Also make sure that this is attached to the house. The downspout has to be attached to the house both above and below where you're going to cut. Otherwise you could damage the downspout. So make sure that that's the case, and if not, then you need to attach it. I made a mistake. The bracket was too close to this cut, and then the next step, which is to slide this on, wasn't going to be possible because I couldn't slide it up beyond the bracket. So that's really important. Don't make the same mistake that I made. Now I have moved the bracket so that I will be able to slide this on. I've left myself a little bit of leeway here, and I'll tighten this up after I get this on. And now I can slide this on. One of the things that the instructions suggest is that you make sure that there are no burrs around the top or the bottom. And I can see why that is suggested. It makes it harder to slide this. I grabbed a piece of sand cloth, very similar to sandpaper. You could probably just use sandpaper, maybe 100 grit or so, to clean this up, and that's what I'm going to do right now. The next step is to slide the top part of the unit onto the top piece of downspout. This is a pretty tight fit. Hopefully it won't be quite so hard to pull it back down when I need to. Now the next step is you slide this onto the bottom. Now you want to make sure that this hose attachment is pointing down and toward your rain barrel. Now this should slide right down into the unit. This hose comes all rolled up, so I left it sitting in the sun so that it would become a little more flexible and straighten out. You can cut the hose to the length that you need, and right now I'm not entirely sure what length I'm going to need, so I may just keep it as the full hose length, and then when I've got my filtration system all worked out, I'll cut it to the exact length that I need. Now I'm going to leave it up to you as to how long you want this to be and whether you want the water to go directly into your rain barrel or through a sieve like this or through another filtration system. I'm going to be working on a filtration system. It's kind of a DIY project, and I will share that in a later video. But for your own purposes, really all you need to do now is cut this to the right length and make sure that the water is directed into your rain barrel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you get any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below this video. Have yourself an awesome day.